Well, we're back. We only have a couple minutes left, so we're going to jump right in. Brad says, I'm an atheist. I just saw your story on the bridge collapse in Minneapolis. I don't understand why God chose to save her, but others died. Why wasn't God with everyone on that bridge?
You know, the Bible says the righteous perish, and nobody takes it to heart, not knowing that they're being spared from the evil to come. For a Christian, death is not a bad thing. Christian is the door to the New Jerusalem. You're going to heaven with the Lord forever, and you're being spared all the evil that take place in the world. So, is your death a bad thing? No. Is it a bad thing? No. You live. It may be a bad thing to stay alive. So God knows all the thing about everybody, but His will is always perfect for you. He wants the best for you, and staying alive may be good for other people. Going to be with Him may be the best thing for you. So He knows. Yeah.
And there's a time. I mean, Ecclesiastes has a whole chapter. There's a time for everything.
Time to die.
Absolutely. Well, Teresa says, I'm a teenager, and I understand that using swear words is bad, but I don't know why. What makes these words worse than any other words?
Well, there's a secularism where well, the commandment says you shall not take the name of Yahweh, your God, as vanity. You just cannot trash God, because God made heaven and earth. And so using these words to damn people, to condemn people, you don't understand the significance, and you can curse people with what you say. So it's very important that you don't use these words, because you are engaged in something that has eternal consequences. So to use some of the words that are from Anglo-Saxon body functions, four-letter words, is not necessarily that bad. It's just crude. But the other has eternal consequences. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think, the bottom line, the Bible says, number one, life and death comes out of the tongue. And the other thing is, I think it's your heart motive. When you're saying a swear word or cuss word to someone, yeah, the word itself is bad, but it's your heart motive behind that word. That's what makes it bad. Okay, Kathy writes and says, I try to eat a balanced diet, but I still don't look as good as Christy. God bless you, Kathy. Christy, what are your workouts? Well, you know what? I was kind of lazy for a while, and I have to admit.
You were puffy. I got on your case about 5 years ago.
Well, I'm glad you said 5 years ago. I was going to say about a month ago, but okay.
You got mad.
I did get mad. You never call a woman puffy. But anyway.
But you're not puffy anymore.
Well, thank you very much. I'm not puffy.
But you were then.
Well, how many times are you going to tell me I was puffy?
Well, that was 5 years ago.
Okay, well.
All right, go ahead. Tell her what you did.
What I do now is I really try to, it's all about a balance, and I say that all the time, but in terms of my exercise, I do strength training, but I actually use bands. I don't use a lot of weights. Every other day, I jump on my trampoline, and I do 30-second intervals. Jump high, intense, 30 seconds, get down, and I do my bands, 30 seconds, back and forth.
And you get a balanced diet, too.
And I do, yeah, food is the key. I mean, exercise really is the key, but food really is the key.
Despite what you say and joke, you really do eat a balanced diet.
I really do, seriously. Now, I eat my chocolate cake. I don't eat it every day, and I don't eat it every week, but, those are my special treats.
Next question.
Liz says, I'm close to retirement age, but with all the nation's financial problems, I'm concerned about my 401k. What should I do to protect my 401k from market fluctuations?
I'll tell you where I've got my IRA. I've got it in gold. There's a gold fund. I've got it in the silver fund, SLV. I've got it in stocks that pay dividends that are based on natural resources. So I'm building up dividends. And that's it. So you say, well, I don't know what you're going to do, but I know what I do, and it's worked so far.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to stocks and things like that, should you just invest and then let it ride in through the ebbs and flows, or do you think you should adjust?
No, you've got to actively manage. You've got to look what you're doing. But I think well-managed companies that pay significant dividends are going to come out winners. But if they're in the natural resource field and pay significant dividends and they have a good future, it's even better. Gotcha. All right.